It's working, and we are live. It's Thursday. We're here with Donna and Cheryl / Donna and Kat. Keeping it real. Had my nails done. Your nails are gorgeous.
Oh, they're just dark grey.
Oh, I like that. Donna and Kat today in the house. Cheryl's off doing some techie thingy bobs with my husband and Geordie. So I'd rather be here with you.
Thank you.
So, for those of you who don't know Kat, well, we met, was it May when we did
May.
Yeah. Yes. So May when we did Self-Doubt All Out. I think we actually met, I think you were tagged in an Instagram.
Yes, my friend Julie tagged me.
On Josh's page, The Happiness Project. And then I think I'd message going join Self-Doubt All Out, come over or whatever. And then you joined the free challenge, and it was a bit of a revelation for you, wasn't it? It was a bit of an eye-opener.
Yeah, that's the understatement of the year, I think, Donna. So I always have that element. Hi, Holly. That element of doubt that isn't just self-doubt, but when you see a free something on the internet, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, you think, oh, it's going to be a bit woo, it's going to be a bit, but this immediately was unusual because it was 5 days, and I thought, well, that's a lot of free time to give away for a start. Most people do a day or 3 days tops. So I thought, well, 5 days, and then I read your, blurb and saw that both of you had that kind of learned experience and listened to you both, and you both sounded so, excuse me, but you both sounded so normal, so relatable,
How the hell did we pull that off? Normal. Now you know better.
Definitely know better. That I really thought, okay, look, and I mentioned it, didn't I, in the challenge at one point, that in part of my journey was this experience of seeing a lady called Lady Speech say, if you're not learning, you're dying. And with everything that had gone on before, I was learning voraciously when this came up. So I added it to everything else I was doing. I was doing a certificate. I'm currently doing my diploma in health and safety. I was taking up every challenge that I could. And so this one, I thought, right, I'll definitely give this the 5 days. And then on the first night, the very first night, that Monday, where I kind of went in going, what's this about? I had such a spin, such a mindset revelation that it has changed everything since. And that was understanding who the voice of my imposter syndrome was and where she was coming from. It changed everything. It minimized the voice. It diminished her power. It took so much away. And it made me realize, Donna, honestly, that where I had been, specifically in my career, kind of thinking, why does nobody notice me when I'm working really hard? Why are those other people being noticed and being promoted? And actually, all of this showed me that it's me. I was making myself small. I was taking myself out of things. I was not contributing where I thought I had a good idea because I was thinking, well, why are they going to want to hear this from you? All of that, of that mindset came from that 5 days. And that's just bonkers.
And that was literally night one.
Yeah, it was. It was the first night. And literally, I was so changed afterwards. I'm sure my colleagues, and especially the lady who tagged me in, Julie, she'll say that you can see the difference. The things that have happened since, honestly, are unreal. And just to reference it, I suppose, for people who weren't in the challenge in May, if I can.
Yeah.
I was in it with a bit of a different perspective. I didn't just have the self-doubt, the imposter syndrome, the having grown up has always been too much, too big, too much, too loud, too dramatic, too emotional, always the too girl. But then my partner, John, passed away in November, really suddenly, 46 years of age, had a stroke, and the bottom fell out of my life totally. And at the point where I met you, I wasn't convinced that I was ready to keep living. And I don't mean that in the sense that I was ready to do something about it, only that I didn't have a plan for tomorrow's life.
Yeah.
I was just going on what's in front of me today.
You said you were just going through the motion. It just from colorless. It was just having you for your family, for your boy, you were just existing.
That's it. I was literally present for him with a mask on.
Yeah, the mask was on.
Yeah. And then when he wasn't here, when he was gone back to his dad's, it was crumbles. You know, and don't get me wrong, I still crumble. Grief doesn't go away. You know, you grow around it, you go stronger around it, I think, and better able to carry it.
Yeah.
And gosh, to think like that was only 5 months ago is just incredible. And I cannot thank you and Cheryl and all of the soul sisters in that program enough, you know, because you fished me out of the black hole and held me up. And I did my video this morning. Honestly, the women in that group are just incredible, each and every one of them. And some of them still don't know it yet.
This is the thing. It's like, it's insane. So the group that Kat's talking about, I'll put the link in a second. So when we met Kat, when we run Self-Doubt All Out, I'm sat, by the way, like I've just got massive chills all over my body. Every time I speak to this woman, she just makes me feel so alive. And we're running it again. It starts next Monday. So if you've been under a rock and you haven't heard me and Cheryl bang on about it for the last week, we started next Monday. And Kat and her story is one of the main reasons why we decided to run it again, because we genuinely didn't know if we would. We never know. We put stuff out there. We're like, let's see if it's fun. Let's see if it serves women. And if it is, then we'll see. And you were like, at the time, you've got to do this again. I remember saying, should we do it again? You're like, you've got to do it again. Like,
absolutely.
You just don't know. Like, it was just amazing. And like you said, the women in the group, because we opened a private Facebook group, Dome, and that's just opened at 9 o'clock today. So some people sign up, like you said, just for free stuff for the training. And can you come on the Zooms and stuff? Sure. Can you watch them on replay? 100%. But the group is like amazing, isn't it? Because we do the Zoom on the night time, then everyone's in the group on, they're like talking about it, the aha moments, if anyone's stuck. And because you're an ambassador now as well.
Yes,
you're
so honoured to be an ambassador for this go round. There's something about the solidarity and the sisterhood, especially because, you know, back in May, we were still very much kind of still in lockdown-ish, you know. I hadn't seen any of my friends. Thank you so much, Lindsay. For 18 months, you know. So I was in desperate need of sisters. And there they were, women who've had similar traumas, similar experiences, worse trauma, worse experiences, all still getting up and coming to the Zooms and being in the group and talking each other up, you know. And when women do that, there is something so unique about when women support other women. You know, it's different and it's heartfelt, and it is, you've created a sisterhood genuinely, and not just because you called, you know, the soul sisters or whatever, but and I just it's really tough, but I just really want to convince people that it's not woo. You know, people will look at this or they'll see the group and think it's another thing where they want me to buy something or whatever. And yes, there are things that you can buy into afterwards, but there is so much value in the 5-day free program.
In the 5 days. Exactly. And we stay up front. We'll be telling you at the end if you want to work with us, how you work with us if you want to. But our goal is that you have a transformation in the free journey. Like, that's our gift. Do you know what I mean? But some people do want to take it further. You came and worked with us and you're doing it further. But if you said at the time, if I took what I had now, I'm like forever changed. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to do anything else if you don't want to. But there's always options for people. Kat's journey, though, I just have to tell you, like, we would just be crying constantly. Like, me and Cheryl would come off the calls, but did you see Kat's face, or did you see Lucy's face? Or like, we all needed Kleenex, right? It was like so funny. And then at the end, on the Friday, we say it's a 5-day challenge, but the Friday is drinks. Like Nicola was just, I think it was Nicola was saying, like, I love the celebratory drinks. We all had a few tears in the session, 100%. Because on the Friday night, we do it earlier, don't we do it 6 o'clock UK time? All the other calls are 8 o'clock, Monday to Thursday. And it is celebration. We do prizes, because we have prizes for like the top contributor. We did a scholarship last year, didn't we, Kat? It's like, it's just the coming togetherness, isn't it? And the celebration of the transformation that most people are like you, Kat. They come in and they're not really excited. We'll see what it's like. What can you teach in 5 days? It might be a bit woo. And we say all the time for people, like, don't come into any of our challenges and not expect to participate. Like, it's not a passive experience. And if that's not for you, we'd rather you do, because you can't just observe it. You don't get the same experience day. It's like, we'll give you growth work after this session. Will I go away and do this tomorrow? Come back, tell us what you think. Because you don't learn by reading the book, or by, it's like you've got to do the thing to like get it in your body. And we will probably a little bit, but it's like, it's backed up by science. We're teaching you how the brain works. We're teaching you how beliefs are formed. We're teaching you what your imposter syndrome actually is and how to create a different relationship with it, because she ain't gone anywhere. Like, we've got to learn how to use her to our benefit, haven't we? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And as you say, it is backed up by science. It is, it's proven that you can reprogram your thoughts, and that those thoughts can then shape the world around you, because you decide your mood, you decide your attitude, you decide what you bring into the day. So if you had told me back then at the beginning of the week in May that concept of yourself as too much, too big, too loud, would by now, even through all the grief and through everything else, that I would be sitting here saying, do you know what? I'm not too much. I'm actually enough for the right people.
Yeah.
And if I'm too much, then you're not the right person.
Exactly. I love that. And you would, if we said that to you like on the Sunday night before we started on the Monday back in May, you wouldn't have believed us.
I wouldn't, Donna, because it's 43 years of torturing yourself mentally, thinking I'm going to go into this meeting room and people are going to go, oh, she, big girl, she's lazy, she's this, that, and the other. But that was me predicting their thoughts, already blocking myself out before I even got a chance to talk to anyone. Yeah, totally.
How has it changed your life then? Like, oh, look at this. I love the camaraderie. Holly's just shared the link, guys, as well. So wherever you're watching us, you'll be able to get the link, or look on mine and Cheryl's profiles. There's still time to join. Don't worry, you've got plenty of time. Who is it? It says Facebook user. I don't know who it is. Tell me who it is. Tell me and Kat who it is. How has it changed your life? And like, how is your life different now? Like, in your work, in your relationships, just in your general like happiness with yourself. Like you said, grief doesn't go away. Like, it's not a magic pill.
It doesn't go away. And it's only been 10 months tomorrow since John died. So off camera, when I'm not at work, I'm still very much a grieving person because of the loss of that relationship. That was movie style love. So if I could say something, that does exist. And even if I only got it for that short space of time, I wouldn't give it back. Not for all the tea in China. Honestly, it was love from the movies. It was fireworks and stardust and just incredible. So, relationships wise, it has really strengthened some friendships, because actually part of the program was about asking for help, and knowing the points where you're not so weak as to be beyond asking for help. And that could be a strong thing to do. So it's really strengthened some things there. I told my mum all about the program. My mum's relationship, my mum and I's relationship has turned into such an incredible friendship, as well as just a mother-daughter thing.
Wow.
At work, Donna, I have had awards, because when I went back to work, I set up a bereavement support group I work in rail. So I set up a group for, firstly, the company I work in, and then the wider rail industry. That group now has a whole load of members, and we support each other through our grief. But it was the confidence to go back in with this face and be vulnerable and have it be okay to say, look, the workplace is about being a whole person. I shouldn't have to put a mask on to come to work, because otherwise I'll just stay at home. If you can't have me as I am, which is actually quite a bit broken, then I'll just stay at home. Otherwise, we need to, in the corporate world, start facilitating people in all their broken goodness. Disco ball, remember?
Yeah.
Because those people are just as good at work. Work can help you through all the shit you're going through.
Yeah.
Provided that you're managed in the right way. So that's what I took back to work. Through all of this was the program, and it working through my voice saying, don't, you can't, you're not good enough, no one will want it. So now the group is big. It's been nominated for awards. It's gone national. I'm presenting on a national wellbeing program at the beginning of November. And I'm just generally less stressed and less bloody bothered about what other people think. That's what you get, you know.
Just the one face.
That's it. The one I was born with.
Wasn't it tiring? Isn't it exhausting though, with the masks of trying to be the thing that you think they want to see based on what it is you think they're thinking in the first place?
It's exhausting because you've set your own levels way above what anyone would expect of you.
Yeah.
To the point where you're actually torturing yourself, thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not pretty enough, you know, I have a wonky eye, I have this, that, and the other. Do you know what? We are all, bar none, beautiful, because we all carry so much stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you made me want to cry again. I'm like, I'll cry again.
Oh, yeah. The thing I meant to tell you, sorry. So through all the program and everything else, and the work that you did with Lisa Johnson, and although I didn't come on that program, I got the gist of it. And so I decided, because I had a little bit of grief counseling, I thought that didn't work for me, because that was looking back all the time at what had happened. And I'm quite resilient. I hope I am. So I was dealing with that in my own way, but I thought nobody's helping me to look forward. And that's what this program did for me. So I thought, wouldn't it be amazing to develop a program specifically for women who are grieving and to make it a grief coaching thing? How about if you were to take your grief and use that to set your goals and bring you into a forward focus and not constantly looking back at your grief? So tonight will be the second meeting of myself and two colleagues, one of whom is an NLP practitioner, the other who is an holistic therapist, and we're developing an online program for grief coaching.
Oh my God.
Thanks to you.
Oh my God. Like, I can't. I wish I could bottle this.
I know.
I know.
I wish I could give you a hug.
Time. I know. Look, I've got mascara all over my eyes already.
I did actually realize, though, when you said, I think somebody said in the group about them being quite short, and you said that you're
I'm 5 foot, just.
So I thought if I went to hug you, given that I'm a big lass as well, I'm 5'10", Donna, and I'm 10 feet. I thought I'd look like a bloody Yeti standing.
I just love a good boob hug, though. I'd be in boobs. That's just it. One of my best friends is 6 foot, so we're like that. We just embrace it. We just go with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Cheryl's pretty tall. So whenever we're on photos, I have to wear heels and she wears flats. Otherwise, I'm literally like nipple height.
A little bit of magic.
But, honestly, but this is the thing. It's like our belief is that all of your life lessons are sent to you, like that they're happening for you for a reason. And you know, if losing John means that you go and change the lives of 1, 10, 20, 200,000 women, like to help them see differently. If I had to go through what I went through, what you just said struck a chord with me so much, because I was just speaking to this to one of our team. She was asking me about my background, and I said, well, I had this whole nervous breakdown when I was like 18, 19 years old. I spent about a year where I just couldn't get out of bed. It was horrible. Failed my uni year that year because I couldn't function. And I went to a counsellor, Irene. She saved my life. But what she told me was to deal with the pain. I had no idea how to be the next day. Do you know what I mean? So like, it didn't hurt so much. I wasn't scared for my life anymore, but I just had no idea how to move forward. And that was why I fell in love with coaching, because it's about how do you move forward. So the Real You program, whatever we do with our clients, it's about, it doesn't matter what got you here, you're here. What do we need to take from that and create something today, tomorrow, the next day? Like that for me is the power of it, because we can't change this.
Exactly. So I'm letting that go. Yeah. I'm forgiving myself and I'm starting over. I'm choosing again.
Honestly, your video. Video the last day, like before we did the celebration, and was anybody not in tears? Like with like she was like, I choose again, I choose. I was like, oh, because it was the power of you realizing for the first time that you get to do that. that you
Yes.
get to choose what your experience is, and the grief and everything doesn't have to be who you are. It gets to be something that you experienced as part of this whole rainbow that we get to ride this lifetime, and you get to choose what you do with it.
That's it, exactly. You know, and everything that had gone before, there was trauma, I had been divorced. You know, we all have a bag full of stuff, a bag full of experiences. And if you constantly look back at them, they get so heavy, you know, they weigh you down, they kind of stop you thinking about what might be ahead of you. You
Yeah,
know, so as you say, letting go of that, realizing actually that those things happened in my life. But I can choose not to be a victim. You know, I
yeah,
can choose to empower myself. That was where, and it took me all week to put that video together. All week, as everyone was popping their videos in. And if anyone's watching this as they start the Self Doubt to All Out program, that challenge to do that 1 minute video can feel enormous for some people. And it did, it felt big for me, given that I couldn't speak for 2 seconds without crying at the time. So it did. It took me all week, but doing it and putting it in the group and seeing the response, that was the uplifting thing.
yeah.
My total sorrow, my revelation about what you had taught me in that week, and then this like sunshine that when the clouds broke,
Yeah.
you know, and that, oh my goodness me, the singing at that
Oh,
ceremony that night.
honestly, honestly, I don't know how we're going to top it this time, but we know we will, because we do, right? Like, this is what happens. You guys show up and magic happens. But I think it's cathartic, isn't it, for a lot of what it certainly was for you, because whilst, yes, you shed tears and stuff about John and about life in general, they felt like, I think, hopeless tears until that point. And then it was like a letting go. It was like a shedding of the skin. It was and not just for you, for the other way, like it is, isn't it? It's like sometimes we come there and we say the things that we've never been able to say, we've never been able to admit, we've never spoken our truth. And it's like we just bring it and we just leave it, and we're like, now who do we want to be?
It's like exfoliation for the soul.
Exfoliate.
You know, when you exfoliate your face when you haven't done it in ages and you feel like you look 10 years younger, you put
Yes.
it in your face because you're like, oh, I'm such a baby face. That's exactly what it's like. It's like there's this new, shiny, hopeful person underneath.
I love
And
it.
all of a sudden, somebody scraped all the scales off and shown that it's still there.
Yeah.
When you
And,
thought
and,
she was
and a
still
little bit like microdermabrasion, it can feel a little bit unpleasant at
a bit rough
points.
at the time.
But when you look 10 years younger the next day, you go back for more, don't you? And you
Absolutely.
go back for more as an ambassador.
Over and over. Yeah.
And I love it, because Kat and some of the other guys who've all been through our programs and through Self Doubt All Out are there to help you and support you. It's not just about me and Cheryl, like these amazing women help to create this community. So just a little bit of the nuts and bolts for anyone that's sitting going, what is it? I'm going to have to look at these comments as well in a second. It's like Self Doubt All Out is 5 days of free training. We're live for an hour every single day on the evening in the UK. You get the replay. If you're not registered, you don't get the replays. We don't share the replays at any point outside of this challenge in the week, right? So if you want to be in it, you've got to register. If you're worried that you can't make 1 or 2 live, that's okay. Register, watch the replay, and then try and make the next live, because it is more fun when you're doing it live. I'm not going to lie. It's good, isn't it, Kat, when the energy and everyone's on and asking questions.
Totally.
And each night we share at least 3 to 5 truth bombs. You go away, you let it cogitate. The next night we come back and we go with more. And we're like layering the knowledge on we over the weeks, that you walk away knowing how you formed all these limiting beliefs about yourself, just like Kat was just talking about, what your imposter, your crazy lady, your inner critic, the self-doubt demon really is, how you then rewire your thoughts and create a completely new experience for yourself. That's what the week's about. And you can walk away after that. You can stay in our free community. You can join the program. We'll tell you all about that at the end. You have to worry about that now. We just want, if you know that you deal with self-doubt and you're sitting struggling, or feel like Kat did or I did, where you're like, I don't even like myself. I might be earning good money. I might have a great job. I've got the band, but I feel like I'm really hollow. It's like I'm just going through the motions. If you're a woman, it is for women only. You feel like that. What have you got to lose? Like, in 12 months, where could you be? Where will you be if you don't do anything? And where could you be if you actually did something about it? Like, that's the thing, isn't it? So,
And it's come to you for a reason. There's a reason why it's, you know, if things happen for a reason, there is a reason why you've seen these details. Just
yeah,
grab it, you know.
grab it. And people feel nervous sometimes, don't they, that like it'll not work for them, or they don't know what to expect, or do I have to do a video? It's like, just don't worry about the how. Just come and trust that we know what we're doing. We've taken thousands of women through these challenges over the years. Like, we've got you. Oh, hi, Day. I don't know you, but you come across like a super strong, inspirational person. She is. And it's great to hear all about your transformational journey. Thanks for sharing. Oh, so Dee, so when you actually go on and register to say, I want to come to self-doubt journey and things like that, Dee builds all of that for us. She's amazing. We are all enough. Amen.
Absolutely, Dee.
Amen. Oh, hey, beautiful ladies. Some of you are coming up with Facebook again. I don't know why. Letty was one of them before. She is amazing. Kat, I'm just loving all the love.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, there's our Lucy. Love Kat. And Lucy is another one of your ambassadors. Letty is. Holly's in there, so you'll recognize them when you join the challenge. And Lindsay, chills. We pulled our eyes out. We did. Like, just don't wear mascara or buy waterproof. My waterproof's just arrived today. I'm saying that I'm ordering waterproof for next week.
That's a good shout.
Yes.
Two things you will absolutely need: a big box of Kleenex and a bottle of Prosecco, or whatever your tipple is for the Friday.
100%. Or on more sides, to be fair. Donna and Cheryl truth bombs, whole different level, yes. Yeah. And they're all swearing. If you don't like bad language, don't sign up. That's all I got to friggin' say. Right. So
thank you, Yvette. Thank you.
And honestly, we've loved it. So I think Holly has put it in for everybody. So I'm just going to stick it in again, just in case. So if anybody wants to come, the door's open today to Self-Doubt It All Out in the Facebook group. And what you can do is you sign up, you come into the Facebook group. Tomorrow night, me and Cheryl are going to be live saying hello to everybody just to get the party started, so to speak, at 6 o'clock. On Saturday, I'll be in the group live and I'll be sharing much more of my personal story with everybody, just so you know that you're not alone. We are speaking, like I've just mentioned, like this is the stuff that we have learned that we're sharing with you. And then on Sunday, Cheryl's going to be in there with you as well. And she's going to be sharing her imposter syndrome, self-doubt, inner critic story. We put our guts on the line because we know that you'll come in like Kat did and share your story as well. So we just want you to know, like, you are in really good company, and we'll lead the way telling you about that. So Kat, I feel so blessed that we found you. I'm so glad we posted. We'd never really posted anything on Josh's page before.
Really?
And I messaged him afterwards saying the most amazing thing has happened because of a post from the Happiness Project page. And he was like, mate, I'm over the moon. So I was like, so grateful to him for letting us do that. So
all I can say, Donna, honestly, is that the stars aligned for me when that happened. You know, you guys and my friend Julie, because she's the one who tagged me. It just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for deciding, the pair of you, that what you wanted to do as a business was to help other women, because you know that we put stones in our rucksack all the time of our own accord. You know, we add to that when it's not even needed. And you guys are just holding us like that all the time.
It was your stones.
And wonderful. And I'm so grateful. Thank you both so much.
Oh, we are so grateful too. We love you all. I'm going to go before she has me crying again. I'm going to end on a fuck yes. There we go. Right.
See you all out, hopefully.
See you all there. We're going to stay in chat. We'll see you all later. Bye, guys.